1 week down and 1 week to go, and thanks to you, I'm knocking on the door of 100 subscribers, which means I'm increasing the prizes and doubling the winners. Coming up now. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Robert Sagady, also known as a commenting collector. So, well, before I go on, I hope everyone had a great week. I certainly did. My wife and I celebrated our 20th anniversary, and I guess I fooled her for 20 years because I definitely have outkicked my coverage with her. She's awesome. For any of you who are collecting and have a bunch of collectibles in your collecting area or throughout the house, you know what it means to live with someone that supports your passion, and my wife certainly does, and so for that I'm grateful. But we had a great week. We actually went to an antique shop, and we both purchased some items. I got a couple items that, or actually I'll just share one of the items with you shortly. But yeah, I had a great week, so hopefully you all did too. I'm glad you all tuned in this week, as I've got some great news regarding the contest as we head into the second week. Remember, the contest ends, depending on when you're watching this, you got about a week to get your non-sport card, pack, or set. Either do a VR or do just send a picture to my email. Before I go on, I should say it's September 23rd at midnight is when the contest ends. So if you want to send a picture, just send it to commentingcollector@gmail.com. That's commentingcollector@gmail.com. Just send a picture and a brief description why this particular item of non-sport card, pack, or set means, or what it means to you, and why you decided to show it off. And the other way, of course, is through a video response, and you'll just want to put at commenting collector either in the title or the description. Doesn't matter, just so I know about it. And I will say I've had 4 submissions so far, and they've all been video responses, and they've just been excellent, and I'm going to share those with you in a moment. But I just want to also highlight the fact that last week when the contest was announced, I was sitting on around 75 subscribers, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to do this contest. But the main reason was I just wanted to see what the viewers, the hobby community, has as far as non-sports cards. I see a lot of sports cards out there, which is great. It's awesome. I have sports cards and I love to share them. But I occasionally will see some of the channels will show some non-sports cards, but I just wanted to see what else was out there and give everyone an opportunity to share their non-sports cards and maybe a neat little story behind those cards. So yeah, I was going to say I'm actually adding to, because I'm on the precipice, believe it or not, just in 1 week I've gained like 20 subscribers, which is huge for me. So I'm almost up to 100. I'm on the precipice of 100 subscribers. So for that reason, I just want to beef up the prize. The prize is, because it's going to be prizes, because instead of just giving one winner the 4 packs that I showed last week, I'm going to sweeten the pot, and I'm going to add a wacky package, which is really cool. That's how these were the first packs I bought as a kid, so they have good memories. And then a Dallas from, of course, the show Who Shot JR and all that. You know, these are all from the 70s. And if you're to get these on eBay, you know, especially with shipping and stuff, they'd probably cost $10 a piece. So 6 packs, $60 worth. That's not too bad. But we're going to double the fun here. And, well, I'm not going to have to show them, but I'm going to have two winners. And thankfully, they're not going to be subjectively chosen by me because, as I'll talk about in a minute, these submissions are so good, I'd hate to have to choose. So I'm just going to have a random drawing to decide the 2 winners. So we're going to have 2 winners. They're both going to have the same prize. But again, to show my appreciation for 100 subscribers, we're going to beef up the winnings and the amount of winners. And I just wanted to, well, before we move on to highlight some of the submissions that I've received so far, as I mentioned in the opening, my wife and I went to an antique shop, and I didn't get a lot. I got a couple items. I'm just going to show one, and as you can see, it's a newly inducted Hall of Famer Ted Simmons, 76. There's no date on here. I couldn't find anything. Someone knows, just drop it in the comments, but it's 7-Eleven. I believe they had Slurpees in this cup, and looks like there's like a little dot there. Anyway, this cup is really clean. There's a mark right there. Other than that, it's almost like it was hardly used, because sometimes when you're washing back in the day or using them as they were designed for it, to actually drink Slurpees or whatever out of, they'd get faded. But this one's clean. It's really sharp, so good condition. So it was $1.50. I would have bought more, and I may go back and buy more. There was the second best, or the second cup that stood out to me that they had there was a Ron Say, the Penguin, Dodgers All-Star back in the 70s, but not a Hall of Famer. So that Simmons cup was the only Hall of Famer. That's why I grabbed it. And I also bought a lunchbox. As you can see, I got a couple lunch boxes behind me. I've got the Charlie's Angels and the Land of the Giants. So those are based on television shows. So at this antique shop, there was actually a lunchbox from 1969. It was a baseball lunchbox. So I purchased that, but I'm not going to show that today because I want to highlight those on a separate video. So without further ado, I just want to spotlight some of these submissions that I've already received for the contest. The first one was from A Collector's Dream. Many of you know, unless you're hiding under a rock, know about A Collector's Dream, Orlando. And he sent a video response of his non-sports, or some of his non-sports collection, and he just knocked it out of the ballpark. They were, I don't think it's hyperbole to say that museum quality cards from the 1800s. Allen and Ginter, I know most of us are now familiar because of the re-release done by Topps a few years ago into the modern world, but these are original I think the 1880s that Orlando showed of non-sports scenes from nature, and they were just beautiful. In fact, when I first started watching his video, I was watching it on my iPhone, and I paused it and got home and watched it on my 60-inch high definition television to get the full effect and majesty of these cards. They're unbelievable. So if you get a chance, I highly recommend going to A Collector's Dream and checking those out. Orlando also did show some English cards from early 1900s, I think, and which reminded me that I've got some similar. It was a different company. I've got the set of 50. They are the Believe It or Not. Some of you may remember the show Ripley's Believe It or Not. They had a book. They had books too, where I always, as a child, enjoyed these Believe It or Nots. So yeah, some pretty cool ones. See, maybe I can highlight one or two. This guy on the bike. AJ Officer is his name, from Cape Colony, South Africa. At the age of 66, he rode a bicycle without handlebars from Johannesburg to Cape Town, averaging 100 miles a day before breakfast. And of course, it's Believe It or Not. And the company is called Arcadia Works, and they're out of London, England. He's from the 30s, so pretty nice shape for being that old. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, I was gonna show you. They had a football. Well, here we go. They had a football card. This guy is named Bam York. He's out of Centenary College. He kicked 172 field goals in succession on November 1925. So it's kind of neat that Believe It or Not actually has a sports card too. And so yeah, I'm not going to show you anymore, but yeah, check out A Collector's Dream. That video is just great. Also, I got one from God is Great. Many of you have him as a subscriber. He's active in the community, does a lot of comments and so forth. He had a very entertaining VR. Of course, many of you know he's based out of Japan, so he showed some Japanese cards, Pokemon, and more, and just has an entertaining style about his presentation in the video. So definitely check out God is Great. Check out that VR. There's another channel called Fast Breaks and Breakfast, and they're actually a recent subscriber of my channel, and it's just an amazing channel. They showed Pearl Jam cards. It was really neat. If, as many of you know, of I think it was the last video or 2 videos ago. I think it was my 2 videos ago where I went to the Pearl Jam concert and kind of gave a review. So they actually showed, and I'm not going to spoil it, but they showed some Pearl Jam cards that were really cool. And then they too also showed some Allen and Ginter cards that were non-sports that are pretty neat. So just a great channel. So check them out. Fast Breaks and Breakfast. And then lastly, the 4th VR that I've received so far is from Collectorholic, and he showed his Tales of the Crypt non-sports binder with all the Tales of the Crypt cards. So cool. I wasn't familiar with the set at all, but after seeing them, I'd almost like to look for them on eBay and purchase them because they're really neat. So Collectorholic has a great channel. Just well presented, lots of neat things on his channel, so check him out. And once I get more submissions in, I'll feature those next week before we have the randomized drawings. So looking forward to all those. Right now there's 2 winners, so there's 4 submissions. So that's a 50% chance. So the odds are pretty good. I'm hoping to get more submissions, but as of now, odds are pretty darn good. So without further ado, because as I mentioned before, the subscribers are coming in fast and furious. So as my tradition is on this channel, I want to feature them, give them a quick shout out, and I appreciate everyone that, even if you're not a subscriber, I appreciate your watching. And if you are a subscriber with a private profile, I appreciate you and your subscription. And if you are a subscriber with a public profile and have content, I definitely am giving shout outs. So here's the newest round. First we have Space Case Cards. They do comics, baseball, VHS, and whatever else. That's Space Case Cards. We have Red Rum, a very unique channel. All sorts of collectibles, music, and life. Love that name, Red Rum. Then we have Rye. I believe his first name is Ryan. So he goes by Rye, and his last name is Caraburley. I know I'm hacking his last name. And believe me, with the last name of Sagadi, I definitely have sympathy for the pronunciation of last names. But I'll put that up on the screen, and you can see what the channel is yourselves without me butchering the name. But anyway, he's just making videos to clear his boredom, and he wants to have everyone to have a nice day. So check out this fine kid's channel and give him a sub. He's just a youngster, so give that channel a sub. Then we have Daryl Giordano. I think I said his name. I think I said Daryl's name right, because I know whenever we go to Chicago, Giordano's is one of the must-go pizza places in town. So Daryl, also known as Mr. 95 Cents, just retired from the card shop business after over 30 years. He's been a collector since 1961, believe it or not. He just started back on YouTube and Instagram bi-weekly. He's highlighting warehouse finds, box breaks, card shop stories, and hobby news with prizes, video, trivia questions, and subscribe for a chance to win those prizes. Check out his eBay store. He's got over 10,000 items. That's Daryl Giordano. WVogs18. He's a great guy. He's got mainly sports cards, but dabbles in different experiences too. So WVogs18, check him out. Then we have Sensei Domino 15. Love that name, Sensei Domino 15. It's a channel dedicated to sharing the growth of his personal sports and non-sports cards collections as he's returned to the hobby after a 20-year plus break. At the moment, he's focusing most of his attention on collecting vintage pre-1979 Hall of Fame players from all sports. He doesn't have a focus on any particular Hall of Fame player. He doesn't focus on any particular team. He also has just gotten into TTMs for the first time since returning to the hobby. He loves learning about histories of the sports, the players, and the cards. And so check him out, Sensei Domino 15. Then we have Pop King. I told you I had a lot of new subscribers. Pop King Keith. He does all things Funko related. Plus he does sports and video games. So check out Pop King Keith. Then Concrete Buddy, a channel for the sports card connoisseurs. So check out Concrete Buddy. I've checked out some of his videos. It's well produced, well directed, great videos. So check out Concrete Buddy. Then we have Signs of the Pastime. I'm just going to take a pause here. Signs of the Pastime. It's one of these, I guess I'm going to say it's a diamond in the rough, because he doesn't have as many subscribers as you think he should or would, because I don't think it's hyperbole to say that this channel, his name is Hugo, it's just one of the best channels I've seen. I know I like all the subscribers' channels are great, but Signs of the Pastime, he puts today is a good day because we're talking baseball, and I mean, his channel is YouTube Hall of Fame quality. I know I had my all-star voting, and this was before Signs of the Pastime I even knew about them. But check out that channel. It's the stories are unbelievable. It's well produced, well directed, and in my book, he should have. I mean, subscribers the count doesn't really mean a lot. I've seen, there's videos where people are just running over things with their car, and they've had thousands of subscribers, views. So it doesn't really matter, but he should have thousands. And I know I'm gushing and going on, but check out Signs of the Time. Fast breaks and breakfast. I mentioned the father-daughter combo before, as they were one of my VR submitters. They have on their little tagline, nothing's better than enjoying breakfast while opening packs with his daughter, and that's for sure. And that's a great channel too, for all the reasons that I've mentioned previously when I talked about their VR. And then just in, coming in hot and furious. I bear with me, I just had a few more, and then that's it. But I think these all deserve the attention of everyone in the community. The Card Hobbyist, sports cards collecting from an avid sports fan with a focus on the budget-minded side of collecting. Interested in group breaks? Stay positive and keep ripping. I'm just adding, that was their tagline. I'm just adding, this Card Hobbyist, he's got the best camera and lighting while he's being a hand model, but he's just got a great setup. It's one of the best I've seen on YouTube so far. So check out the Card Hobbyist. Budget Rips. He started this channel with the hope of showing some products that might have a decent return on investment. He just got back in the hobby, and it seems that most retail products do not provide good value for consumers. I agree with that. Hobby products don't seem much better and are overpriced. I agree with that. He might be wrong, but that's how it seems to him, and I do agree. He'll be hitting the streets for deals that will share the cost for each product as where to find them. So hey, I think most of us are on a budget, unless you're Jeff Wilson or something. So this is a hobby channel for you, Budget Rips. And last but not least, Just Your Average Geeks. Watch James, Jay, and Dave. They're just your average geeks, and they're 3 lifelong friends who enjoy hanging out and talking about a smorgasbord of fun topics such as gaming, movies, comic books, and more. Watch them as they banter with each other about these topics, do unboxing, and more. So yeah, appreciate all the subscribers. Definitely give those channels a view, comment, like, subscribe. I'll put those in the description. Obviously, there's a lot of them, but I'll put all their channel names in the description so you can find out. Hey, before I leave, I just want to share a thing with everybody. I had a event at work a couple weeks ago. It was at the convention center in Minneapolis, and I met and talked to the judge for a good 20 minutes or so. No, not that judge. I wish it was, but it wasn't. It was actually, his name is Judge Joe Brown. If you remember Judge Judy, Judge Joe Brown was kind of Judge Judy's successor. You can still see him on syndication. He was peddling a barbecue sauce, and he just had the prototype, so I couldn't have any jars, and it's going to be impossible to see, but this was his little sample barbecue sauce. It's the greatest barbecue sauce I've ever tasted. It's so good. So this is just a sample, but he signed the barbecue sauce sample bottle, and you can barely see it. I'll post a picture of the judge and I together. But yeah, we talked for about 20 minutes because his booth was right next to ours, and what a great guy. He's actually retired from television, obviously, but he's actually in politics. In fact, he's running for the mayor in Memphis. So I think that's in October, the elections. So if you're in that, if you're in his precinct or his town, you're able to vote, I would highly recommend giving Judge Joe Brown a serious consideration. So anyway, that's all I have to share with you this week. I appreciate y'all joining me. Again, subscribe, comment, like, and until next week, good collecting.